Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the World Ninja League Premier Series Season 3 qualifier, this time at ARK Ninja in Longmont, Colorado. My name is Billy Dixon. I am joined alongside Travis Rosen here on the mic today, and we want to give a big shout out to Nate Hansen, who has been our head course designer for this weekend's competition. I'm super happy to be back here at ARK, Colorado, one of the newer gyms in the whole WNL and all of Colorado and the west side even for the American Ninja scene. Travis, we're back here again, another kids division for the Premier Series. How are we feeling?
Billy, it's going to be a great weekend of ninja action. Longmont, Colorado, ARK Ninja. You know it's going to be a great facility, a great course. Nate Hansen, no slouch to the ninja world. It's going to be a great way to start off an exciting weekend.
Indeed, it will be. I'm very excited for some more Premier Series action. We're around halfway through the season now. This is our second competition throughout the month of September, and it's going to be an absolutely amazing one. You do not want to miss anything else out here. So, Premier Series, not your regular World Ninja League format of competition. So let's have a look at how all of our athletes that are competing here have gotten to this point. We have taken the top 25% of all athletes from the World Championships along with their regional standings, and they have been given an invitation to the Premier Series and they're able to compete in it. We have also given some invitations to some international competitors from various countries in Ninja, and they have all been invited to compete in literally any Premier Series competition they can, whether they be from France, Israel, the UK, Germany, Australia, anywhere from the world out here. And for the format, we've got two courses we're running here in Premier Series. We've got the placement course. First off, if you fall, you're done. Run out of time, you're finished. That is going to be it for the placement course. And then the challenge course, it's a regular ninja course, around 10 to 12 obstacles stereotypically. We have 2 retries per athlete, and you can retry an obstacle only once, and you can go ahead and you can clear an obstacle on a retry and carry on going with the course out here. And the purpose of both of these courses is going to be explained now. The placement course's purpose is to seed the run order for the challenge course. If you get first place in placement, you'll be going last on challenge. And then the challenge course's purposes is to determine who qualifies for the Premier Series finals. And due to that, we are having the top 4 athletes from every division, from the females and the males, all the way from kids to the elites, qualifying for the Premier Series finals in 2025 at Motus Ninjas on November 22nd and the 23rd. Motus has gone through an incredible revamp. They relocated to a new building, and it's huge now, and we saw their qualifier about a month ago, and I'm very happy to see them be in the running for the finalist location out here for this year. It's going to be super great. But now, rounding it back here, we're at ARK in Longmont, Colorado. And Travis, we have the kids division. We've got 9 athletes here today.
Yeah, this is going to be an exciting group. For the females, there's only 3 females, so it's going to be very easy for them to qualify to those finals in Modus should they go far enough in the challenge course. For the males, it's going to be a little more competitive. 6 males, only 4 get a spot. So you know each one of them are going to be gunning for one of those final spots. So it's going to be an exciting round.
Indeed, it will be. The kids division, always one of the best ways we can start out any competition, whether it be Premier Series or anything else in the WNL department. And I'm very happy to be seeing a great lineup of kids here today on the run order. Another thing I also love to point out when we go to ARK is that we are seeing representatives from so many different states. Because it's on the west side, we get to see so many amazing gyms and states represented. We've got people from Colorado, obviously. We see some people from California in this division. We see Arizona. We see Minnesota. We see the Sodas. It's great it's lovely to see what we can get when we go to ARK and any.
Yeah, it's really a diverse group, which is great to see. A lot of times you see a strong contingent from the host gym or even just the city where the gym is located. So to see so many dedicated ninjas for this Premier Series Season 3 coming from states all around just shows the level of intensity these athletes have, how this sport of ninja continues to grow in popularity, and it's just a tremendous amount of devotion shown from these athletes, Billy.
Absolutely, a lot of dedication going into a Premier Series competition from every aspect. All of the athletes train so hard to get here to where they are right now, and I absolutely love the fact we get to see so many amazing courses from our course designer Nate Hansen out here.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited to see what Nate has in store for us. Whenever you have a course designer who is a very experienced and veteran ninja, you know they're not going to disappoint. We're going to see speed, we're going to see technique, we're going to see just tremendous challenges that's really going to push all the athletes all weekend, really going to test their level of preparation. So I'm excited to see what Nate has in store.
Absolutely. I'm very excited to be having a look at both the placement course and the challenge course. Last year was ARK's first competition at the WNL in Premier Series, and it was one of the greatest competitions of that season, in my opinion. Both courses for placement and challenge delivered exponentially with some amazing results to boot, and I am sure that this year is going to be no different for them.
Yeah, and what I'm excited to see, Billy, is here when we start with this placement course in just a few minutes. This is always a very fast round. Typically, it's one of these rounds where if you blink, they're done. I'm hoping to see a lot of course clears, but it's where technique and strategy really comes into play, because for these athletes, especially these young ones, they have to figure out, do I want to go at a breakneck speed to try to hit that buzzer, get the fastest time, but potentially fall, or play it a little safe and maybe not go as fast, but make it through all the obstacles?
Absolutely. There are a lot of different techniques that you can use on a placement course, which is what our athletes are going to be going on first. And it can go either way. You can absolutely full send it, all risks taken, linking every move you can, skipping things, and it can work out amazing. And you can be running last on the challenge course. But in all honesty, things can go haywire. In some ways, we see some people maybe rush things and not have their plan fully set out, and it bites them back on the placement course. But then again, it doesn't particularly matter all too much where you place on the placement course, because you can completely redeem yourself in the challenge course and go from last to first in an instant, and it can be absolutely amazing to see. So, Travis, we have the kids division right here. We're going to be starting out with our kids females very shortly. The first competitor of which is going to be Taylor Parautu.
Yeah, she's coming from Glendale, Arizona. So she has definitely traveled. And, we talk about home gym advantage. And obviously, if you have trained where the competition is, you feel more comfortable. And clearly, Taylor, along with several of these other ninjas, they are not having that home gym advantage, but they have to be able to compete wherever the competition is. That's yet another one of the mental obstacles that these ninja athletes have to overcome. And they train for it, they're prepared for it. I'm sure Taylor's going to come out and start us off on the right foot.
Precisely so. Following and competing against Taylor is going to be Alexandra Milligan, coming in second on the run order. Has competed in so many different competitions and sports as a whole, and it looks like we're going to be starting out with our first competitor, our first run of the weekend here for the Premier Series. No, it's going to be Nate Hansen testing things out. We start out with a bit of agility on the gumdrop ascent. I love the names that they have at ARK. I remember this from last year. I absolutely loved it. Nate giving an amazing demo run for what the kids are going to be looking at right now. On the placement course, you can see him moving along now. He's linking right now on Link or Get Left Behind. I love these names. Gnarly Wingnuts from Gnarly Nate Hansen right here on the demo run. This is great to see right here, knowing what the kids are going to be facing against on the course. And then we move on to just some bars out here. And it's exactly what it says on the tin. Absolutely amazing there for what our kids are going to do. Coin toss. Nice little balance there down that line. And then zippity-doo-dah. I love this. That's going to make for some good commentary from all of us. And then the warped wall to end things off. The smallest wall for our kids to be taking on. And then the buzzer will be hit.
Yeah, that looks like a really fun course, potentially very fast course, Billy. And we typically see for this kids division, sometimes height plays a factor in these courses because a lot of these kids do not have as big of a wingspan. So where it might be a very fast course for most ninja athletes, for some of these kids, it can still be pretty tricky. We'll have to see if they can do some linking type movements where they go from one hold right to the next, or if they're going to have to take extra swings just because of their body size. But yeah, definitely love the names of these obstacles. Such creativity, so much fun. Honestly, I feel like we should have some sort of a poll each week, Billy, on what gym has the most fun and creative obstacle names.
Ooh, yeah. I think this is definitely in the running. The only one I can properly think of that almost rivals it is Motus, because I know TJ, who was the assistant course designer for Donovan Matoya a couple of weeks ago, puts out some of the best obstacle names that there are. And ARK, definitely up there, I think, in terms of the entire Premiere series from all 3 seasons that we've had so far. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, one thing that I think is going to be interesting on this course, you see so many upper body grip strength type swinging obstacles, but then a little past midway, you have a balance obstacle. So sometimes if they're going so fast and focused on these swinging elements, all of a sudden to go to a balance, lower body footwork obstacle that can be just enough to throw them off. They have to have even more mental focus. So I'm excited to see how they respond.
Precisely so, and we can see now a couple of our kids getting ready and ready to go. We saw the course demo from Gnarly Nate Hansen, the owner out here of ARK, and I'm very excited to see how the kids are going to respond to it. And it looks like the drama on the course is now going to be set in stone as we start out with our placement course in just a bit with 8 obstacles within it. And very soon we're going to be moving into our kids' females and then the males afterward.
Yeah, and Billy, you already mentioned this, but again, the reason for this placement course, it is in essence a seeding round because you want to have a later run order if you can help it at all, because when you go later, you get to see all the ninja athletes who went before you, see what things worked, what didn't work. Maybe somebody comes out with just this incredibly awesome technique that you hadn't even thought of that could be an energy saver or a time saver. And so it's so helpful to go later. So that's why they're going to be gunning for the fastest times in this placement course. But like you said, if they fall a little early, their day's not done. They're going to be able to come back, hopefully crush that challenge course, get some redemption. They just won't be in as advantageous of a run spot, but they can still come out. We've seen it happen so many times. Somebody goes out early on the placement course, they come back with an early run order on the challenge course, and they absolutely crush it, make it to the final. So we'll see how today goes.
Precisely so. Obviously, being the first runner of your division, let alone the weekend, can definitely add a bit of pressure, trying to set the foundation for what your division is going to be like and where to start in terms of a leaderboard on a placement course such as this that we have here going on at ARK. But Taylor Parotu coming in first is going to be coming onto the placement course very shortly. Loves her Hit Squad ninja community, her ninja friends and coaches. It's her happy place. It's my happy place right here in the commentary booth. Loving all of the ninja action from every division as well. And I also love being at a ninja gym now and again. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, I will say I do miss getting out on the course now, having been retired for 5+ years. But you know, Billy, I had a long enough run that it was my happy place once upon a time, but I think I'm with you that the booth now is where it's at for me.
Absolutely. We love seeing how great ninja as a sport and overall athletes are able to evolve throughout the years on courses like this. We truly get to see the growth as they get older. They go through more divisions and maybe go elite as well. And we love to see the evolution throughout all of these ninjas and the competitions as a whole.
Yeah, definitely. And even right now, I'm curious and excited to see how Taylor responds being the very first athlete. You know, right now she's probably at the starting line already, getting ready to go, and just having to wait. And that's a tough spot. That's a tough mental place to be in as an athlete in any sport where you're ready to go, but you have to wait. So it's all about learning how to handle the nerves. You know, some of those nerves, that nervous energy is good and helpful, and that can actually help you perform at your best, but it's controlling those nerves. You don't want them to get the best of you to where you get too nervous. And again, yeah, being the first competitor, not having seen anyone else run the course, it is quite the challenge. And I'm excited to see how Taylor comes and starts us off.
Precisely so. Obviously, love the fact that we have a lot of kids out here in the kids division. We've got 3 females and 5 males. We're going to be looking at our first runner, Taylor, very shortly. We can see everybody getting ready to go, making sure everything is all set up, ready to go for the placement course for the kids females, and then later on the kid males. We've got Taylor, who's going to be going first. Then we have Alexandra Milligan going afterward in second, and then Crimson Surdy out here going to be going last for the kids females, coming out of Traverse Fitness in California. Again, we love to see the inclusion of a lot of gyms, everyone coming together in a Premier Series competition like this. We love seeing ARK out here having so many states and gyms represented throughout everything. And then the kids males going to be following along after that. We've got Aiden Leakey, I want to say, or Leakey, coming out of Obstacle Academy in Pennsylvania, one of the greats in the kids division. He has done so many great things throughout the sport of ninja in many different championships as well. And it looks like, Travis, in just a moment, we should be coming through to our first competitor, which is going to be Taylor on the starting line of the placement course.
Yeah, I think we're about ready to start. Sometimes getting everything just finalized, just right, takes a little bit of time. These obstacles, they've come a long way. Like you said, the sport has evolved so much. Some of these obstacles, though, are so intricate and so complex, and also just making sure all the athletes know exactly what the course is that they're running. Super helpful, super important stuff, and it looks like Taylor is about to start.
Absolutely. Here we go. Starting out our Premier Series weekend ARK is going to be Taylor, and she's off on the placement course right here. It looks like a minute 15 is going to be the time limit, and she takes that nice 180 kick back on the board, and she's now moving through the ring rampage.
Yeah, she's looking good. She's looking really comfortable, really poised, really confident. Again, as a reminder, it's tough if you even touch the ground one time or touch an obstacle that's not in play, your run is over. So have to have a lot of focus from these young ninja athletes.
You can see Taylor right there had a lot of urgency going through Link or Left Behind, and now she's coming through the gnarly wing nuts with that fidget spinner in the middle of them. She's going to be taking swings back and forth, and she gets that grab on the second wing nut and swings down to safety. 25 seconds left for half of the course, though. If she wants that buzzer, she's going to have to keep moving, but she's doing an excellent job so far.
Yeah, she really is. I do think she's going to be a bit hard-pressed to hit that buzzer. A lot of extra swings, but she's really pushing it hard, and I think she's still showing everybody a really good first look at this course.
Absolutely, and with 5 seconds left, she's going to be coming through the zippity-doo-dah as time runs out right there, but she gave it her absolute all on that course, and we love to see it. Super, super well done to Taylor for starting out the weekend at ARK.
Yeah, that really was a great start. Like we said, it's so hard being the first one up, and so she got to really show everybody proper pacing, proper technique on almost all the obstacles. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see how the rest of the ninjas build on what Taylor just showed.
Absolutely, and the next ninja that's going to be going on the course is going to be Alexandra Milligan right here. She's just seen Taylor go at it, ran out of time on the zippity-doo-dah, but Alexandra is hoping to do one better. She has a lot of accolades under her belt. She trains out of Rhino Ninja Gym and Ninja Lair, where she has the best ninja community in the Nevada area, and I'm ready to see that representation on the placement course in just a moment.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Alexandra brings to the course. It's always fun to watch the different techniques, the different strengths, even the different personalities each ninja athlete brings to the course, and even their creativity. As we talked about, sometimes we see an athlete come out with a brand new strategy for an obstacle that kind of blows the doors open for everybody else. We'll see if Alexandra has anything like that.
Indeed. So here we go. Alexandra coming out of Nevada here today. She's ready to go on this placement course. You can hear she's ready to go, and she's off on the gumdrop ascent. Ooh, and she's going to be out on the first obstacle, sadly, Alexandra. Oh, that's unfortunate, but regardless, she's going to be back and ready to go on the challenge course. The gumdrop ascent, a very difficult start to a placement course like this, Travis.
Yeah, definitely. You know, she's going to be a bit upset about that. But thankfully, like we said, she does get another chance on the challenge course. And that's the one that really counts. But looks like we're getting right into our next female athlete. This is Crimson Surdy.
Coming out of Traverse Fitness from California. She's getting ready to go. Ooh, nice little beta break there. Just skipping the jump entirely. She is not messing about here.
Yeah, super aggressive. Honestly, I thought maybe she was going to touch her feet on the ground there and end her run, but super aggressive out of Crimson. I'm really impressed right now.
You can see she's got a lot of technique. She's thinking through every move here. Had a bit of a stumble there on that first bar, but she's corrected herself immediately, and she's taking extremely high swings. Her hips are incredibly high, making sure she got the grab, but unfortunately, Crimson is going to drop down. Sadly, that was still an incredible display of strength.
Yeah, definitely. I was so surprised to see her level of aggressiveness. I do think that the height issue that I talked about at the beginning may have come into play a little bit. Those bars just a little too far. But, you know, we'll see Crimson back. You know, she's going to be gunning, ready to go for the challenge course. Now we're on to our males.
Here we go. Aiden, going to be coming out of Obstacle Academy in Minnesota. Gets the jump, crossing around, and Aiden is going to be swinging along through these rings. You can see him kind of matching with his hands on that final ring to make sure he's moving through fast. And he's coming through link or get left behind, and he's linking. He is definitely not getting left behind.
Yeah, definitely. That was by his fingertips that he grabbed that one of those bars. I thought he might go down, but he is doing a great job. Very efficient with his time. This is great.
Lovely stuff coming out of the gnarly wingnuts and just some bars. Now coin toss. I think, Travis, we could be getting our first clear if Aiden can get through the zippity doodah, which he does at the end of that track. Jumps off, but just falls back down. But Aiden coming out with all of the stops. That were incredible.
Yeah, he seriously was not wasting any time. He had a great sense of urgency, was really managing his course run so well. But unfortunately, that final dismount leap on Zippity Doodah proved to be just a bit too far for him. But still, that was a great way to start off our male division.
Indeed. So next up on our course, coming out of Austin Ninjas in Texas, is going to be Declan Manley out here. He's been doing ninja for around 6 years now, and also enjoys playing baseball and flag football as well. So hopefully his athletic prowess in other sports can get him through this course. And he's also very good at ninja as well.
Well, yeah, if he's been doing this for 6 years and he's only 8, I would imagine he's very experienced and following up with the same technique right there.
Here he goes. Declan coming along through, trying to pull back as far as possible to have a lot of momentum as he gets under and out. Very good there, Declan. Making the turnaround point here, 55 seconds, and he's linking through these bars. These Western ninjas coming in with all of the stops right here, and here he goes on the gnarly wingnuts.
Yeah, definitely almost fingertip grabs on every one of those bars, but he was able to hold on, shows the strength that he has in his grip, and he's making short work of these wingnuts right now.
You can see he's putting his lower body to the back of his backswing incredibly fast, trying to conserve momentum throughout every swing. And Declan, with around 23 seconds, comes into the zippity-doo-dah and jumps off on the 20-second mark. Just falls behind on that pad right there. The same thing happened to Aiden as well. But still, Declan incredibly fast up to that point.
Yeah, he was looking so calm, so comfortable out there and aggressive. I was really impressed with that run. And I will say right now, Billy, I'm curious to see if any of these male ninjas are going to get that dismount on Zippity Doodah, because it looks to be just a bit too far. But we'll see if somebody comes out with some new beta, some new technique, and gets that and maybe hits the buzzer.
And the person who can definitely hit a buzzer right here, AJ Boyko, coming out of Hit Squad Ninja Gym in Scottsdale, Arizona. You can see him coming along through now. He's pulling back on as many rings as he can. I love the hairstyle as well. He's repping it very well on ARK's placement course. And he's made it through that obstacle. A bit of a sketchy dismount, but he is moving along through. And he is setting his hips and legs back for those links on link or get left behind. And he's moving along through with a great pace.
Yeah, definitely. Couple small, close calls, but he is definitely doing a great job. What I love to see is when these athletes get a little tripped up, maybe a little off, but they make the necessary corrections mid-course run. And right now, AJ is doing that flawlessly.
You can see here AJ Boyko not having a problem right now. Time is ticking down for him though, so he might want to move a bit fast if he wants to get one of those clears, but he's still crushing it with every step and hand placement he takes. And as the 5-second mark hits, he's going to try and push back off the wall to the pad, and another casualty. Unfortunately, not going to get there to the end of that pad, but still incredible stuff there from AJ Boyko.
Yeah, definitely. He did well. Hope that his foot is okay. Looks like maybe he tweaked it a little on that landing. That is a very, very tough dismount on Zippity Doodah. For this younger age group, I'm thinking the technique is they have to get those feet up higher on the wall and then just jump as much as they can, try to get as much distance as they can. Hopefully he'll come back ready to go though. Good job, AJ.
Another guy ready to go is Cade Smith out here, coming out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Our first home representative, I want to say, of this division, at home state at least. And he is moving through these rings like he's been on them all day.
Yeah, he's actually going so fast that it was giving him some different types of swings, different types of momentum, but he was able to correct that really quickly, and he is going through so fast right now.
Here he goes on the gnarly wing nuts out here. You can see him cross-gripping and then moving his hand to the further ledge. I like that, trying to push his momentum forward whilst he's on his final front swing. He's pushing himself through without a problem here. And with 30 seconds, he's halfway through the course and he's making okay time. I think Cade is going to swing on down and he's ready to go on coin toss. And then the Zippity Doodah is going to follow it. No one has made it past Zippity yet. So now we're going to see if Cade is going to be the first.
Yeah, and he does seem to be one of the taller males in this age group. So let's see. Oh,
yes! There we go. Cade Smith in the provisional first place. And now he's running to the top of the warped wall. And just like that, Travis, in the nick of time, Cade Smith, our first finisher of the placement course out here at ARK. We love to see it. So much dexterity and just skill in spades. Look at this clear.
Yeah, that was incredible. He actually could have cleared with a little bit more time. He had a little bit of a mix-up on where that final obstacle was location-wise, but he did it just in the nick of time with under 1 second to go. That was exciting ninja action.
Absolutely incredible stuff right there. But now we're going to be moving on to a person who can definitely come on through and move along into the clearing spot of this Premier Series placement course. Jameson Blancard coming in out of Mesa, Arizona. Out here, coming out of Hit Squad Ninja Gym. Got second place at the WNL World Championships. He loves ninja and playing video games. I can attest to that too.
Yeah, he's looking really, really good. And what's exciting when you're the athlete who goes right after somebody crushes the course, that can really help your confidence. You can really understand this is doable. He just did it. Let's try to follow up on that. So right now, Jameson's looking great.
Jameson jumps up to that ring. He's on pace for a clear of the placement course unless he moves through. Yeah, there we go. 25 seconds. Oh, the trust in his hands as well. He's lashaying through with just one hand maybe in control. But now he's trying to move on through fast into the zippity-doo-dah and dismount so he can get a clear. He needs to stabilize that slider first, though, and get a high jump off. And he, unfortunately, foot tapped. That's going to be it for Jameson. You could see he had a smile on his face. He knew he could have done it, but still, incredible stuff there from Jameson.
Yeah, I think Jameson's feeling pretty good about that run. Surely he would have wanted to hit that buzzer. He was only off by, it looked like, maybe 6 inches or so right here on this dismount, but still, he came out with a lot of speed and a lot of power. We're going to see some more good stuff from him later on.
Indeed, we are. This is the leaderboard so far. We have Cade as our only clear currently, and we only have one more competitor left on the run order, and that is going to be Vale Brewer coming out of Longmont, Colorado, an ARK regular. You can see on his shirt representing well, and he's getting ready to go. We have the first kind of 180 jump on the gumdroppers then, and then it comes back again on Zippity Doodah, where we have another jump, but on a slider this time, and then that makes it a bit more difficult. But Vale moving through with a great sense of urgency right now, and he's linking here, Travis. Look at this.
Yeah, he's going really quick, looking really comfortable. Again, we talked about home gym advantage. This is his gym. You know, he trains on these obstacles, and right now it is definitely looking like it.
Here he goes. He's got a lot of trust in his arms as he's making difficult laches here. And Vale, 35 seconds. He's the fastest to the Zippity Doodah. And now he's going to try his best to jump off and have a high jump off the top of that wall. And he's got it, Travis. Running up. 25 seconds left on the clock. And with the fastest time, Vale Brewer is going to be running last on the challenge course with a 51.93 second time on placement.
Yeah, are you kidding me, Billy? That course run had so much going for it. Vale just a master out there. I don't know if I saw any wasted moments there. He had so much time left on the clock. He is so deserving of that first place finish.
Precisely so. Vale and Cade with our only finishing spots on the leaderboard for the kids male division. Those two will be running last. If you flip the leaderboard, Jameson's going to be running first on challenge, and then Vale Brewer going last on challenge. Super well done to all of them. If we have a look at the kid female division as well for their leaderboard to see what they're going to be going with, Taylor getting the fastest time is going to be running last on challenge, and then Alexandra Milligan with the unfortunate slip up on the first obstacle is going to be running first. But then again, anything can happen on a challenge course like this. You can go from last to first in an instant. Travis, it can happen.
Oh, definitely. We see it happen all the time. And, you know, sometimes in the placement course, the nerves do get a little too much of these athletes. And that's why it's so great, because they still have the challenge course. Hopefully now those butterflies are dealt with. They're really dialed in, ready to go, ready for redemption, ready to put on a show, because you know that they train so hard for this.
Indeed, they do. They put in a lot of effort and time into trying their best to get into Premier Series competitions to start, and then actually performing in them and performing in them well. It pays off very well, and I'm very excited to see what the challenge course can bring for all of our competitors here. As we get the challenge course set up, I believe we're going to be taking a short break as they get everything ready. And I'm very excited to see what ARK have cooking up for the Premier Series challenge course in just a moment. I'm very excited to be seeing what different obstacles and different styles all of these Western ninjas are going to be able to showcase here, Travis.
Yeah, definitely. As we said, these placement courses typically very fast, speed-based, but the challenge course typically much, much longer course, one that really is going to test every aspect of the sport of ninja, from muscular endurance, footwork, grip strength, so much technique. It's going to be a very different style, of course, but it's really going to put all of their skills and training on display. I'm excited.
I am as well. We're going to be taking around a 5 to 6 minute break for the challenge course to get set up. And whilst that happens, let's have a look from our sponsors.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, seal and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Want to train like a pro? DGS Ninja has you covered with obstacles designed by top athletes. Kevin Carbone, Matt Bradley, Tom Alberti, and Brett Sims. Whether you're dialing in your technique at the gym or training at home, DGS Ninja equipment is built for performance, durability, and safety. Train with confidence. Train with DGS Ninja. Find obstacles, rigs, mats, and more on dgsninja.com.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my truck bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slap Chalks.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the World Ninja League Premier Series Season 3 qualifier at ARK Ninja in Longmont, Colorado. My name is Billy Dix, and I am joined alongside Ninja legend Travis Rosen out here on the mic for the kid, female, and male division. And Travis, what a comp we have had so far.
Yeah, definitely an exciting way to start off, just like we thought it would be. But now it's the challenge course, which is going to be a lot longer, much more grueling type of course than the speed-based course we saw in the placement round. So, Billy, these young ninjas really have their work cut out for them, but what an opportunity for them to start off this competition weekend and show what they can do on what's undoubtedly a difficult challenge course.
Absolutely. We want to give a massive shout out to our course designer, Nate Hansen, the gnarly Nate Hansen, that is, who's designed this incredible course for the division for the kids and all of the other divisions throughout the course of this weekend. And we're about to see this challenge course unfold. And Travis, like you said, a very grueling challenge for all of these competitors to be facing. Not particularly speed orientated like the placement course, but something like the challenge course is going to involve more obstacles that take a longer time to complete overall. But that also means we get to see some more skips, some more amazing moments, and hopefully some more buzzers.
Yeah, definitely. This is where individual technique and skill is so crucial. It's important that these young athletes know what they're good at, how they want to go about the course, because like you said, this is not as much based on time, but time still is a factor, because to get one of those top qualifying spots to the finals at Modus, you have to go further, faster than your competitors that you're going against. So still, it's going to come into play how quickly they want to go, how much energy they want to try to conserve, where to take a break, where to get a breather a bit. So hopefully everybody is getting that technique right now before they start, so that when they get on the course, they can do it exactly as they had planned.
And here we see gnarly Nate Hansen, our course designer, going to be demonstrating our challenge course right here. It is 9 obstacles long, not necessarily one of the longer challenge courses we've seen, but still a daunting task nonetheless. We have quad step in, which is going to be first off. We can see Nate taking a couple backswings from that ring, and then crooked and sideways. We see a crooked sideways hold. Lovely to see it from DGS, one of our sponsors, as well as a trapeze right then and there, as well as another sideways hold with some cliffs on the side of them as well. The gnarly skate is going to be up next, a little balance area with some skate tech involved. Lovely stuff right there. And then the domino effect is going to be coming in next. Nice little... Oh, my lord. Nate going to go down there and going to give it another bit of a go right here. And carry on throughout the bowls right there. And now the cliff cross ring toss. That's going to be a tongue twister for both of us, Travis. We can see here Nate coming along on these cliffs, swinging in the correct direction, moving at all directions, that is. Now moving through for showing what our kids are going to be up against right here, right now. Lovely stuff. Going bananas is next up, and we can see Nate traveling to it right here, right now. A couple of banana holds. We don't typically see a lot of banana holds in competition, but it's definitely one to not take for granted. You got to slide these bananas down the track and move along in an incredible way to force it down on the PVC and then move along to the dismount platform, which is going to be right there, which is lovely to see. Rope Rampage is going to be the 7th obstacle out of the 9 that we have here today on the challenge course for our kids division. We can see Nate getting ready to attempt it. And he's moving through right here. You take a vertical piece of rope and then horizontal. You can use your legs to climb up it. We can see Nate doing that right now as he's making his way up onto that ring. And now he's just taking these ropes and pulling along down. Your grip is going to be thoroughly tested throughout this course right here, especially at that point. And then number 8 is going to be lock in. Our elite commentator, Electric Enzo, talks to us all the time about locking in, but you guys truly need to lock in on lock in right here on obstacle 8 out of 9. We can see Nate moving up this little cross bridge right here. And then you lock it in place with that bear trap. Lovely to see. So you literally need to lock it in, which is great to see to keep it going. And then you switch over to a bar and then use a rope to dismount onto that little box. And now the Dungeon of Doom is what looms at the end of this challenge course, guys. We move along here. A first lache to a bar, then some nunchuck action, which we love to see. Nate moving along right here on the same obstacle right here. We're utilizing the lock-in ladder, moving along right there. And like last year, the challenge course buzzer is upside down. Our competitors are going to have to pull up to push it and lock themselves in for a clear. How are we feeling about that, Travis?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what we were talking about. This is going to be difficult. It's going to be a very grueling challenge course. And whenever the demo runner, in this case, the designer, goes down on one of the obstacles, you know this is going to be tough. And I'll say Nate looked like he was breathing a bit heavy there at the end, Billy. It's going to be really hard for these kids. It's going to really test their grip endurance. There's so many things that they need their grip strength for. And so it's really going to be important that they are as efficient with their movements as possible. Sometimes you might take an extra swing here or there and not think that it's a really big deal, but when you have such a long course, those little extra movements really can come back to bite you late in the course. So hopefully these young ninjas are as efficient and as smart as possible. And yeah, they're still young. They're still learning how to really go after courses like this in the best and most efficient ways. So they're still learning, but if they can do that, if they can really save as much energy, they might be able to hit a buzzer, but it's going to be a tall task.
Indeed, it will be. We have 9 obstacles here on this challenge course, all of them utilizing various athleticism skills. And I'm very happy to be seeing a lot of our kids right here in ARK, ready to go. We can see them planning out their routines and trying their best to just get their plan in order. And that is exactly what's needed for a challenge course like this, because you don't want to be halfway through the course and not know what to do and just try your best to wing it. No. You got to move through it with a plan in mind. It's going to be essential to be seeing everyone go through possibly before you. If you got a better placement in the placement course, you get to see more people go right before you, pick up some techniques here and there that you might not have thought of originally. And I'm excited to see what all 9 of our kids are going to be able to do right here. And the first runner is going to be starting out very shortly, starting for the kids female division. It's going to be Alexandra Milligan.
Yeah, and we saw an early exit from Alexandra in the placement course, so you know she's going to want to get redemption here. And we've said it a number of times already this morning, Billy. We've seen athletes weekend after weekend go out early on the placement course, but come back and do so well in the challenge course. And they have a couple retries now in this round, so we should be able to see some good runs.
Indeed, they do. When it comes to the retries on the challenge course, it's important to utilize them to the best of your ability. But Alexandra Milligan is going to be taking a bit of time to get ready on the start line. Make sure everything's getting ready to go. Coming out of Henderson, Nevada. She's getting ready to go, 7 years old. And this was her first year competing in the WNL. She's competed in other competitions before. She also does Spartan, CrossFit, and Jiu-Jitsu when she's not doing Ninja. She trains out of Rhino, Ninja Gym, and the Ninja Lair, where she has the best ninja community. And she's through the first obstacle here, and now she's coming into crooked and sideways. You can see massive swings out here from Alexandra, coming in with all the stops.
Yeah, she really got such a huge swing generated kind of out of nowhere. I was really surprised by that. We saw her earlier, though, do a good job correcting. She got a little bit of sideways swing, but she was able to make the necessary adjustments. And right now, she's doing great. Let's see how she handles this balance, though.
Here she goes. Gonna let that board slide to the end of the track, but you need to be sure to not leave it behind. Skate tech. Definitely very difficult if you don't have a lot of body weight to work with, and Alexandra is going to be utilizing one of her retries out here on the gnarly skate.
Yeah, and I'm not sure, Billy, if this is allowed or not in the rules, but I wonder if you get on that skateboard type obstacle, if you can even grab the next bar with your hands. Oh, but
she got through the board, but unfortunately was able to slip off of the second balance bar right there. But Alexandra put in an incredible performance on the first 2 obstacles. We love to see it, but that is going to do it in for the Premier Series competition, putting in an amazing start for the challenge course.
Yeah, she came out with so much power. We saw on those big swings. It was a great way to start off. Yeah, and she would have liked to go a little further, but this is a hard course. And that gnarly skate obstacle, it really is gnarly.
Took the words right out of my mouth there, Travis. And here goes Crimson Sturdy coming through. She's okay. A little slip on quad stepping, but she's moving along through trying to get the correct swing on this ring right here. Needs to orientate her body weight. She nearly had it there. Oh, okay. She's a bit hung up right now. She's going to try her best to dismount, but didn't have the correct direction and the sense to properly go through with it. So Crimson's going to have to start from the beginning here and try and utilize one of her retries here to the best of her ability. Now she's stuck up on the first ring. Utilizes her balance skills here. Jumps to the second ring. Wants to keep it in more of a straight alignment, and she's fine. She's fine. She was able to pass through the barrier right through here, and now she's going to be moving along. That actually counts as a retry on obstacle 2, but sadly, that's going to be it for Crimson right there. Still very good for getting the redemption on the quad stepping obstacle right there. What happened was she got through quad stepping on her second try, but unfortunately stepped off of the platform, which counted as a retry on crooked and sideways. So realistically, she only had one attempt to edit, and sadly she went out. But still, great stuff there. But now we're going to be moving through to our final kids female competitor, the one who made it nearly to the end of the placement course. It's going to be Taylor Paruto.
Yeah, so right now with Taylor being the last female, unfortunately the other 2 who went did not go far enough to qualify for the Modus Finals. You have to clear at least the 3rd obstacle. And so if Taylor can clear the gnarly skate, she will qualify to those finals at Modus.
She's through the first obstacle, 2.5 seconds ahead of Alexandra Milligan as well. That's about a backswing in terms of time. We can see Taylor getting the grab on the first sideways hold, and now she's moving back and forth. Gets the grab on the trapeze, 3.5 minutes on the clock as she gets the second sideways cliff. And she's doing very well so far. Now then, all she needs to do is clear the gnarly skate, and then she's qualified for the Motus Finals. Just needs to get her bearings as she moves on through this balance here.
Actually,
Also,
you can
note
see
to self, her shoe's untied, but still, she's able to make it through. Were you gonna say that?
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. That's hard to do, a tricky balance obstacle with your shoes untied, but not for Taylor.
She's moving on through, nothing stopping her. Ooh, she's going to take a bit of a backswing here and go back to the first bowl to gather some more momentum. But she has to also account for the bowl maybe moving at different speeds in time compared to what she might be used to here. But still, an incredible force down there, which is great to see. And now onto the fifth obstacle, the cliff cross ring toss.
Yeah, she showed a lot of calm and patience on that domino effect, those holds at the end. Oh, she went down there. She's gonna have to try use one of her retries here, but she does probably know that she did qualify for the Motus Finals, but you know that she still wants to go as far as possible.
Indeed, she does. I personally would have tied my shoes in that retry time. But regardless, Taylor is building up a lot of momentum sideways on this little cliff board. And she gets the grab on the bar. Lovely stuff from Taylor. Gonna keep on moving. But nearly had it on the second cliff. Taylor almost there. You could see the grip. Her fingers were there. Just lost her grip on the way down. But still, that was really good.
Yeah, seriously, she did such a good job, even with an untied shoe, shoelaces dangling all over the place. She was doing a really, really good job. I think this shows this is such a tough course. So the men who were watching, or the male division, hopefully they were taking notes because they have their work cut out for them.
Indeed, they do. That is your leaderboard for the kids' female division. Taylor, Alexandra, and Crimson in that order within the top 3 there. Love to see it. But now, the attention shifts over to the kids' male division as we are going to be starting out with AJ Boyko coming out of Hit Squad Ninja Gym. One of our most experienced ninjas here. You can see in his little picture right here, he's representing the championship shirt from 2024's Worlds, and he's also competed in 10 competitions throughout this regular season. Coming out of Scottsdale, Arizona, AJ's coming through.
Yeah, already, Billy, I like how he seems to have a plan. He knows exactly how he's going to be going about this course. Looks like everything he's doing is intentional. Getting a big swing here for this grab, and he got it.
Very good here. 3-minute 40 as he's gathering momentum to move on through each of these holds, which is doing very well. 3-minute 30 as he moves on down to the sideways board, and Lachey's on through here, through to the gnarly skate.
Yeah, I will say that's one of the tough aspects of Ninja, Billy, when you're going from upper body, swinging obstacles, one right after another, and then all of a sudden you have to change it up to a balance obstacle. It's almost like having to use a different part of your brain, a different skill set. It's very tricky, but AJ is doing it with brilliance.
Indeed he is. He made it through the gnarly skate without a problem, and he swung on down from those bowls on the domino effect effortlessly. And now the cliff cross ring toss, trying to get a little diagonal swing going to pop on up, which he gets. And now he's trying to eye up this second cliff. Needs a lot of finger strength, which he has in spades. AJ Boyko coming in, not a problem. Another big swing to the ring, and one-handed there, Travis.
Yeah, he's showing mastery right now, and even on this ring toss, sometimes for these younger, smaller competitors, they don't have as much body weight to help get a ring such as that one we just saw up and over the knobs and whatnot. He is making short work of that, and he's already doing great on going bananas.
AJ is going bananas on this obstacle right here. He's sliding down the bananas connected to the PVCs on the track. Ooh, nice save there with one hand. And AJ with 2 minutes on the 6th obstacle out of 9. Just needs to orientate his swing to the platform. Has a lot of power. And with 1:50, he hits it. And is now moving into the rope rampage. You can see him shaking out his arms. This is where the pump starts to set in on a long course like this.
Yeah, for sure. This is where forearms, fingers, grip really starts to burn, and you get that lactic acid building up. That's why you start seeing some of these athletes shaking out their wrists and their arms. But he is looking so good right now. He's got a great pace right now, Billy. If he can keep going with the endurance and strength, this could potentially be a course clear.
You can see him here moving through that rope without a problem here. And now he's moving through these smaller ropes now. 1:05 as he makes the swing on back. And he dismounts. Now then, 2 more obstacles remain with 1 minute left on the clock. The first of which is lock in. It's kind of a 2-part obstacle if you want to look at it this way. You start out by taking a look at this upwards monkey bar ladder. And then you move on upward and then bring down the back side of it, putting down your weight and trying to lock in the ladder into that little bear trap, which he's done with ease. And now he's going to swing on down to the platform right here. No, he's going to swing to 1 more bar and dismount from that rope here. But he's gotten the touch point. The rope is the touch point. He's going to stay hanging and move on through with the Dungeon of Doom. And we can see here AJ Boyko slips! Oh no!
Yeah, I think he's just gassing out. Looks like his forearms, you saw him look at his forearm when he came down. I think he's just getting tired, but wow, he's shown such strength and such grit, Billy.
Indeed he is. 5 more seconds. He's trying to move through. It's going to be a really close one. He lost his grip. It was too far. AJ Boyko. Oh my. You can see he's trying to just get blood back in his arms after that. That was one of the gutsiest runs from the kids division I've seen all season.
Yeah, I didn't actually think we'd see someone from this male division start it off and go as far as we just saw from AJ Boyko. So that was an incredible way to start off this next group. And if he did that, I'm just excited to see what some of the remaining competitors can do.
Indeed so. Our next 5 kid males out here now have a lot to live up to if they want to get through to the Motus finals. And the first of which that's going to be attempting that feat is Jameson Blancard.
And again, what we said this earlier, what I love seeing from these first couple competitors, they're first because they went out earliest on the placement course, but yet even right from AJ and even now Jameson coming out and showing such skill. So I love to see that.
Absolutely love it. Every sight that we see is great. And he made the lâché over to this trapeze. And now with 3 minutes and a half, gets the cliff hold on the second board. And now he's going to take his way over to the gnarly skate. What I liked from AJ's run is that he kept one foot on the last bar and kind of pushed it off. But we could see Jameson just kind of glided along through without a problem and through the dominoes and onto that bowl.
Yeah, Jameson's doing a really good job. Again, he looks comfortable out there. Doesn't look like he's breathing that hard. Looks like he had a strategy and he's sticking to it. So we'll see how he gets this cliff cross ring toss.
Here he goes, taking a massive swing, building up momentum. He's trying to set his body in a way where he can be as close to the bar as possible. Surely on this one, he just tied his foot on that ring, I think, and that kind of knocked him off center. But now he's going to utilize one of his retries and try again.
Yeah, you're definitely right, Billy. As he was getting that big sideways swing, his foot accidentally went into that ring, and
Jameson unfortunately going down there. A super difficult move, though, in all due respect. Incredible work there on every obstacle before. It was an effortless move on everything. The gnarly skate was put to shame by Jameson, which was great. And now then, with that, we are now going to be moving into our runs, which certify people for the Motus Finals, starting with Declan Manley coming out of Austin Ninjas in Texas.
Yeah, and he wants to build on what he has seen so far. Again, AJ starting it off for the males, went so far. Wow, just skipping that ring.
I am loving this so far. A lot of power, but he's a bit hung up there on the second ring of the course. Tries to turn himself around. Declan is also a bit taller than some of the other athletes, so he could just try and reel himself in with the lower body. You can see Declan has dismounted now, and he's going to try and make up some time, it looks like, on these next few obstacles.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where going super aggressive, trying to save a little bit of time may have backfired a little bit on Declan, but he made the necessary adjustments and he is back on course.
3 minute 15 as he's now coming into the gnarly skate. Shakes out his legs to make sure he's all ready to go, trying to calm the nerves he might have. And you can see him here just letting that skate slide and regains his balance onto the dominoes now. Lovely stuff onto those bowls. Not a problem. Just under 3 minutes.
Yeah, so now this is coming into a tricky part of the course. This is where we saw Jameson go down. We'll see how Declan gets this big leap and grab.
Lovely. 2 minute 40. The second leap from Lachey over to the cliff, and he gets the grab, which is great. Declan just needs to get up to this ring now, has to kip upward and try his best to swing up. Yes, nice little horizontal swing if you look at it. And that helped him gain vertical height, which is great. And now 2 minute 20 as Declan dismounts and is now coming on to going bananas.
Yeah, this is a really good pace right now, Billy. I like what we're seeing from Declan. He's wisely getting some chalk right there. Even that is a part of a strategy. When do I stop? When do I chalk up? When do I take a breather? And it looks like he's running the course the way he wants to run it.
Indeed, he is. And he's running with an aggressive attitude, which is great to see. You can see him lining himself up, trying his best to move through on this banana here. And he's got a lot of momentum, and he utilizes it effortlessly. He has 3 more obstacles, and both of his retries still available. And now the rope rampage beckons.
Yeah, and this is a fun obstacle. Actually, though, brings up some bad memories for me. One time I did this obstacle, and like Declan had shorts and really scraped up the back of my leg right there. But he looks like he's doing it masterfully, and hopefully he can keep going. The clock is ticking down a little bit. Let's see if he can get through this.
Even though the clock is ticking, he's seeming to be on a good pace still. He still has both of his retries left, and he's swinging down, utilizing only one side of the ropes here. And now he is going to dismount to that pit pillow, and now 2 obstacles remain, the 2-parter. We have lock-in that's going to be first. He's not going to chalk. He's going to keep on going up on this ladder.
It looks like he's probably starting to get a little tired right now, Billy. We'll see if that's going to affect his grip as he comes into last parts of this course.
Here he goes. He's now at the turnaround point for the Dungeon of Doom, and with 25 seconds, he still has time, and he slips down. This is where the pump starts to happen.
Yeah, definitely when you get to this part of a course, you want to grip as hard as you can, but sometimes you just don't have the strength. Even right there, it looks like he's getting tired.
Declan, here he goes. He grabs the bar, but with only a few seconds left, chances of him trying to get that buzzer are slim. He gets to that Lachey, but these vertical grips are brutal for our kids division, and Declan unfortunately slips out.
Yeah, that was a great run though, Billy. Declan did such a good job actually getting him into first place right now, but at the very end of that course, that's where you just start losing your strength exponentially, and that is what happened, unfortunately, with Declan. He was trying to grab those holds at the very end, but he just didn't have enough left in the tank. But still, very, very impressive run out of Declan Manley.
With that being said, though, Declan has locked in his spot for the Motus Finals. And another guy that can match his accolades is Aiden Leakey.
Yeah, well, you were already talking about Aiden at the very beginning of this morning, and right now he is proving up to the hype. He's looking very comfortable out there, very precise in his movements and his grabs, and not wasting any time.
Indeed, he isn't. 3-minute 35 as he comes into the gnarly skate, and he just misplaces his foot right there, and now he's going to utilize his retry. Having to go again on an obstacle this early in the course can be a bit of a mind boggle and can change your mind set in a couple of ways. But Aiden taking a bit of a cautious approach to the part where he fell, and he's fine.
Yeah, that's great to see. Whenever you have to take one of your retries, the pressure is really on, but Aiden totally rose to that occasion. Let's see if he can keep going without any more slip-ups.
You can see Aiden, 3 minutes just over now, taking massive swings. He's looking for a skip, which he gets. Aiden doesn't need a second cliff. That's great.
Yeah, I was wondering exactly what was he going to do. You saw that he went to a mixed grip on that bar, and it's because he skipped. That was incredible.
I am loving this right now from Aiden. He is 30 seconds ahead of Declan, which means if he carries on with this pace, we could have a great opportunity for a clear, because the faster you go, the less pumped you might be if you're on obstacles for a lesser amount of time.
Yeah, that's a great point, Billy. If they have enough time left when they get into those final 2 obstacles, they can actually sit there for a little bit, catch their breath, let their muscles recover slightly, and possibly get through and hit the buzzer. But if you don't have the time, you don't have that luxury. So we'll see where Aiden's at.
And he's moving along through this rope rampage at a good pace right now. He does have over 2 minutes left for these last 3 obstacles, so if he takes a slower approach on the rope rampage, that's not necessarily the worst thing. And you can see him there, keeping his leg locked in as he makes the reach over for the rope, making sure he doesn't drop. I like this strategy.
Yeah, that was a pro move right there from Aiden. Just helping save even more energy. Look at all the time that he's got left on the clock, Billy.
46 seconds ahead of Declan in first currently. You can see here he's starting to try his best to regain energy in his arms. And Aiden is climbing up this ladder and has got to push his way all the way to the end and lock it in the bear trap, which he's done. And now he just needs to take some massive laches. The trust in the one hand and now the turnaround. Aiden moving through these nunchucks. He's still got a good bit of strength left. He's taking the crisscross approach. And with just over a minute, Aiden inching closer to the buzzer right here. I think one more swing will do it. And he's gotten to the end of the bar, and Aiden Leakey comes in with a clear.
Oh, that was incredible, Billy. He had so much time left. You could tell he was getting a little tired there at the end, but he had so much left in the tank, I think. And even with that small slip up early on the balance, he was able to regroup, regain his composure, and just put in a masterful performance right there.
Absolutely brilliant stuff right there from Aiden. That is going to put him in first place currently, and he's also locked in himself for the Motus Finals. He's guaranteed at least third place, which is great to see. Guaranteed podium is always nice. Joining Declan as a finalist right then and there. And now then, our final 2 competitors in the kids division is going to be starting out with Cade Smith right here. Was the first clear of the placement course a couple moments ago, and now coming out of Colorado Springs, taking a bit of time to come back on the quad stepping, and he's coming through now and redeems himself accordingly.
Yeah, and what I'm excited to see from Cade and then Vale, our last 2 competitors here, they just saw Aiden crush this course. So they've seen that it's possible. They see that it can be done, but it can add some pressure to them if they want to duplicate the feat, but in a faster time.
You can see pushing himself off of the first pipe right there to get himself a faster approach on the gnarly skate. Worked for him. Now Cade Smith is going to dismount utilizing these bowls right here. And now at just over 3 minutes, he's around the same pace as Aiden to this point, and he's going to utilize this first cliff. to move on up to this bar right here. And then is he going to take the skip? I think he might be looking at the cliff right here. Yes, smaller swings could indicate he's looking at the smaller grab, which he gets.
Yeah, I was really curious to know if he would follow Aiden and do that big skip, but that's where knowing your skill level and what you're good at, what you're comfortable with is so important, because had he gone for that, maybe he would have fallen, had to use a retry. So a lot of wisdom from Cade Smith.
Indeed, so with 2 minutes and a half left, he's in 4th place currently and is now trying to revitalize some energy. Hopefully he's not getting too pumped already, because the entirety of this course is upper body based from here on, starting with going bananas. Ooh, and he's missed his grab.
Yeah, even little things like that sometimes happen when your strength starts to fail you. So I do wonder, like you said, Billy, is he already starting to get a little pumped out, a little gassed? Looks like he's getting stuck. Let's see if he can keep it going.
Cade here, 2-minute 5 as he pushes on through these bananas. He's trying to make sure he's got the hold there still. And he slides it along the rest of the track. And now he just needs to keep that grip in tow as he moves on to the platform, which he got.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. I do think he's getting a bit tired, though. When your strength starts to fail you like that, everything is just a little bit slower. You're a little slower with your grabs, a little slower getting your hands where they need to go. Everything gets much more difficult. So this is going to be a great test for Cade Smith right here on Rope Rampage. Let's see if he can get it.
He's got the rope up here, 1:20 as he's ascending up here, the Rope Rampage. I like the strat there. I think he might have pulled up his socks for this moment, making sure he hasn't got any rope burns, which is nice. But now 1:10 as he's going to try and descent now.
Yeah, his pace right now is definitely far behind what we saw from Aiden, but still about on par with the athletes who went before him. So we'll see. It's going to...
Ooh! Okay, a
something happened.
retry is going to be needed right here. He might not have gotten the correct dismount. So this is going to be telling right here. Cade went up on the Rope Rampage and got through the obstacle, but it utilizes a lot of energy. So Cade is going to have to move up this rope with whatever energy he might have left here, and as well as going down and also clearing the obstacle to move through.
Yeah, as great as it is to have a retry, especially when you have an obstacle that takes a little longer, when we see an athlete fall right at the end, it's so difficult because they have to redo the entirety of the obstacle again. Let's see if he can get this right this time.
Here he goes, and he got the grab, and Cade has gotten to the lock-in obstacle, but time is ticking down mercifully right here. And he's going to try his best to get through the obstacle, but utilizing whatever strength he's got left with 3 seconds, it's not going to be enough to get to the rampage or the Dungeon of Doom. And his time runs out, and he's in 4th place. But still, absolutely incredible effort from Cade.
Yeah, he really did do a good job. Again, I love seeing these athletes, if they run into a problem or an area where they're having a little bit harder time, to watch them right before you live on this stream, dig deep and overcome the challenges and correct whatever things they need to and keep going. He showed a tremendous amount of determination there. So good job from Cade.
I am loving this right here. The final runner, an ARK representative, was going last on the placement course and is now going last on challenge. And Vale Brewer is not messing about. He wants the fastest time.
Yeah, definitely. You can see there was no wasted movements there. He did take probably one extra swing there. I bet he did not want to do that, but still, if he can go through this course with the level of mastery and skill that we've seen from him today, this could be potentially a first place run.
And it's looking that way currently. He's like 6.5 seconds in front of Aiden in first place to this point. And he's getting both of the balls to even himself out. And with 3:20, he's moving into the Cliff Cross ring toss.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see if Vale does the big skip right here. I could see him potentially go for this, but maybe not.
Oh, he's going to go for the cliff, which is good. He has his confidence in his cliff laches, which is nice. And he's swinging the ring down the track, and he's going bananas now.
Yeah, and even without the super aggressive technique on that last obstacle, Vale right now is doing really good from a time perspective. So if he can keep his energy up and not waste any unnecessary strength, this is going to be an exciting finish, I think.
Indeed, it will be 2-minute 35 now as he's moving on through to the rope rampage. 3 obstacles left in 2.5 minutes is a good combination to be in.
Yeah, definitely. And what is great from Vale, you see him come down from every obstacle, and he has that sense of urgency where he goes immediately to the next obstacle. He knows exactly where he's supposed to be going, shows that he really did his mental prep before his course run, and we're seeing the results of that right now.
Indeed, we are. Vale. Over 2 minutes left now. He's 18 seconds ahead of Aiden, which means Vale has now locked in himself for the Motus Finals in November. But now he's trying to pump up his arms. You can see the lactic acid is going to be flowing through his forearms, especially through all this upper body. And he's skipping. You can see 2 bars at a time, trying to get through it as fast as possible.
Yeah, and I think he's looking really good right now. It's just coming down to this final bit. This is exciting.
Here we go. He got that turnaround very well. Vale Brewer, 1:30 left. Here he goes. He's in second place currently, and he's moving through these nunchucks. Here he goes. Travis, we could be getting another clear. Vale gets to the bar and hits the buzzer, and Vale Brewer is first place at ARK Ninja for the kids male division. We love to see it.
Yeah, absolute mastery, Billy. I can't imagine that Vale and these other athletes are only 8 years old or so. It's just such skill, such poise up there. And truly, he had such a clean, efficient run. That was, again, well deserving of first place.
That was absolutely incredible right there from Vale. Left absolutely nothing on the course. Oh, that was so good. I'm still in awe, honestly. 2 minutes 41.90. Wow. Travis, that was incredible. Amazing. Well done to Vale, Aiden, Declan, and AJ for locking their placements for the Motus Finals. And well done to Cade and Jameson in 5th and 6th, respectively, as well. Also, massive shout-outs to our female division. We're going to have a look at how that went again. Taylor in first place, which was awesome, followed by Alexandra and Crimson 2. So that was brilliant. Travis, what a way to start out the ARK weekend.
Yeah, this kids division, they did not disappoint. It was very exciting to watch them. And you know what's great? These kids, they're so devoted to this. You know, they're going to keep training and training. Whether they made it to the finals or not, they're going to come back for the next competition even more prepared, ready to show everybody what they've been working so hard for. And this is a great way to start off a very exciting full weekend of ninja action here. Premier Series 3 at ARK Ninja. This is a great way to start it off.
Absolutely. The kids division absolutely cooked, and we still have more action to go for the streams across this weekend. We've got the mature kids division, which is going to be next at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, and the preteens are going to be afterward at 3:30 p.m. Eastern as well. Tomorrow, the action continues with our older divisions. We have the amateurs that are going to be running at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Teens are going to be next at 4, and then the elite male and female division is going to be next after that at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Oh my gosh, Travis, we're in ARK, one of my favorite gyms in the entire country of the US. I'm very excited to be seeing how it goes for the rest of the weekend. What are your final thoughts?
Well, I just think we saw great ninja performances just now from the kids division, but it's only gonna get more exciting and impressive as the sessions go on. We're gonna see even more impressive course runs, course clears, buzzers hit, and it's gonna be a good weekend for some ninja action.
Oh, man. We're starting. I'm absolutely loving it. Very happy to be back at ARK. From Billy Dixon and Travis Rosen, we have been your commentators for the kids division, and we will see you later.